When you feel like giving up, remember that your left lung is smaller than the right lungs, simply to make room for the heart you hold within your chest. Remember that you shed your tired skin every 27 days. You were not made to hold your past within you. You are not made to carry it all on your back. Be gentle with yourself. You are learning. You are still la.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view.
Hey baby, what's up? You welcome back. So today I'm going to do a self-care shower routine, but I'm not going to talk to you about the product that I'm going to use. Instead, I'm going to read you the Gentle Reminder by Bianca Sparacino. I hope you enjoyed this. Without further ado, let's get right into it. If no one told you this today, let me be your reminder. You are needed here. And I understand how hollow those words can feel when you're trying to balance all that is heavy within you. I understand how difficult it is to trust in your healing before you see it, before you experience it. But the way you feel right now, it's okay. Do not feel ashamed for this season of your life. Do not feel like you need to apologize for finding it difficult to access your hope or your belief or your will right now. And while I know you may feel like you are never going to get better, what if they do? Do not lose yourself trying to love someone else. It is better to be alone within yourself than to feel lonely within the home you built inside of another human being. To be who you are, after all you've been through at the hands of this world, it's beautiful. Please, if you have forgotten, if you do not feel good enough right now, remember that you are worth it and deserving of everything you want in your life. You deserve to fall in love with someone who cares for you in the softest way. Someone who drives you and believes in you and it's always in your corner. Not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. When you're not feeling good enough, remember that even at your best, you will not be good enough for someone who does not have the capacity or the will to love you. And while there is a very human part in each and every soul that leads towards needing to prove ourselves, to care more, to love harder just to dominate our worth, at the end of the day, if someone does not see the value that is pinned and blooming within you, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how hard you fight for someone who isn't fighting for you. It doesn't matter how hard you show up for someone who isn't showing up for you. It doesn't matter because those human beings don't actually see you. The truth is, when you settle for an almost, you settle for almost in every single aspect of a relationship. Almost happy, almost valid, almost chosen. Yes, the connection holds weight. There is depth there, but it always exists on the surface of what your soul craves. When you settle for an almost, you're left waiting to receive the kind of love you've been giving someone all along. You're holding out for something real and pointed and full to grow from so much uncertainty. But you deserve more than that. You deserve certainty. You deserve to be someone's favorite thing. Maybe you'll never get back to the person you used to be, but that is okay. Maybe that is something to celebrate, something to embrace, because who you were is a version of yourself that exists in the past, a version of yourself that didn't go through the heartbreak of the hardship, a version of yourself that did not have to navigate all of the ways in which life was trying to wither you. Who you were is a version of yourself that didn't have to fight their way out of the dark, that didn't have to deal with the things that caused change to crack within the soul of you. And those things transform a human being. Maybe you will never be reintroduced to the version of yourself. Maybe you will never get back to who you were. Maybe the version of yourself has evolved, has grown into who you were meant to be at this moment. Being loved openly and clearly builds the most unique, beautiful connection. At the end of the day, nothing is more attractive than someone who stands firmly in front of you and chooses you. At the end of the day, nothing is more confronting than the kind of love that grows from certainty and conviction. No games, just presence. Listen, if you're in love with someone who cannot love you back at the moment, please understand that is not a reflection of your goodness. This is not a reflection of your worth. Sometimes life withers people in different ways. We are all on this earth just trying to figure ourselves out. Just trying to mend the break in our souls. Just trying to deal with what is heavy within us. Sometimes we are ready. and the other person is not. Give yourself permission to let go of the weight heavily on your soul. You carry it so well, but that does not mean that is yours to hold. Forgive yourself for the way you treated yourself in the past, for the way you talked to your body, for the way you vilified the way your mind works when you were dealing with anxiety, overthinking, or depression, or anything that was hunting it. Forgive yourself for the way you settled for less than what you wanted, or desired, or knew you needed, because you didn't think you deserve it, because you've convinced yourself somewhere along the lines that you were not worthy of beauty in life, that you were not worthy of happiness or goodness, or having the things you wanted to come to fruition. Forgive yourself for the way you held back because you didn't believe in your own potentials, because you didn't believe in your capacity to take up space. Forgive yourself for all the things you didn't say, or didn't wear, or didn't do because you were afraid of how it will make you look, because you were afraid of what others might think of you. Forgive yourself for the way you didn't show up for yourself, for the way in which you held yourself back, for the way in which you didn't see just how worthy you were, for the way in which you made yourself smaller. Forgive yourself for the things you had to do in order to survive. You were never asking for too much. You were simply just asking the wrong person. One day, when you least expect it, you are going to crush into someone who is going to be so soft and gentle with your heart. And you are going to be so glad you kept it open. You are going to be so glad that you continued to fight for it, that you chose to believe it deserves more. I think it's beautiful, the way you show up in this world, unguarded and willing to try again, despite all the ways it has tried to defeat you. I think it's beautiful the way you tuck courage into yourself each morning, the way you refuse to be anything but hopeful in this world, despite the inner battles you fight, despite the struggle you have experienced so far. Move on. Not for anyone else, not to prove to anyone that you can, but rather do it for yourself. Do it for your future. Let go of what is heavy within you. Move forward with the lesson, carry them inside of yourself. Move on, not because you have something to prove to the outside world, but because you have something to prove to your heart. You have something to prove to your soul. You are worth saving. Save yourself. If it's for you, trust that you will find it. So baby, this is the end of the self-care book and self-care shower routine. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you so much. Say you back.